she's popping nicely. There's a bit of damp in the air. Yeah, it's been peeing hard with rain again for the last few days, but anyway, today it's meant to be quite nice, surprisingly. So I thought I'd do a trip out to a very interesting place in a town called Ängelholm, which is a reported UFO landing where a monument has been erected. And it was witnessed by a guy called Juster Colson, who back in 1946 was down near the beachfront and was walking back home through a wooded area that had been planted to help with soil erosion, where he saw lights coming from the woods, and as he approached it, he saw sort of, I think it was 3 humanoid figures walking around. At first he thought it was someone setting up a carousel, apparently, but he saw some humanoid figures walking around a sort of saucer-shaped object with 3 legs, working on it, who were wearing white suits and dark boots, and had some sort of block or camera object on their chest, and one of them, as he approached, one of them stopped him. He interacted, although I don't know what was said. There is a book about it. And kept his distance and just basically observed, and eventually they took off. He went back and he found some sort of crystal wand or piece, which he got analysed later, which turned out to be benign. But anyway, he then reported that he was getting strange dreams, that this the flyer, to use his words, was communicating to him through dreams, telling him to giving him ideas and things to try out. And he started experimenting with bee pollen extracts for health tablets or medicines, and started a company and became incredibly wealthy. He didn't speak about this until I think it was in the 1970s or something, where he attributed his wealth to an encounter in the woods. He ended up becoming a millionaire. Oh look, it's a heron. Hope that comes out on the camera. Don't see that very often. It's nice when you get the fog coming across the grass like that. Hopefully it doesn't steam up the glass on the camera. But yeah, I thought as it's not going to rain today, or say it's not going to, pepper. I think that we can go up Colorport then. I think we can go and have a look at it. And hopefully, because it's a weekday, there shouldn't be too many people around there. And I hope my camera records, because I've been getting several times that it says invalid file, and I don't know why. Because there's people throwing from McDonald's on it. Dickheads. It's just as easy to take it home, guys. But yeah, that's the plan for today after work. I've got to go to work first. I think I've just received, my chest is buzzing, I think I've just received an SMS. Either that or I'm having a heart attack. Right, anyway, that's what's coming up, so I shall leave it there and rejoin a bit later. Cheers. Right, we're off, coming up through the woods. Destination up here, 800 metres to a parking spot, I believe. I don't know if that's the parking space there. I shall carry on down this road anyway and see if there is somewhere closer. I don't know if we're allowed down there, are we? The sector? Vetni om... Oops, nästan. Förlåt. Förlåt. Är det här som det finns någon UFO? Ja.
Yes. På svenska.
Ja, du kan ta det på svenska.
Det är bara 200 meter ner, så på vänster sida.
Ja, okej.
On the left.
Ja, och sen man kan gå till vänster. Ja, jag har sett fotograf av den, men det finns en parkeringsplats här. Tack för hjälpen. Ha en trevlig dag. Oh, it was more, I just wanted to know if there was a parking space down there. Typical, there was a car behind me, wasn't there? Yeah, there's going to be quite a few people going there, I think. Oh yeah. And here it is. It's, by the looks of it, it's here. So I'm going to go this way here. So that's it. We've got to go down this way. There was a nice place to park. So it's a little bit of a walk, but you know, it's quite a nice place to go and have a walk, isn't it? But I don't want to film too many people, so I'll probably pause it here and every now and then. Well, at least we got to have it in the pretty good weather, because apparently it's going to be peeing hard for the next few days. So it's best to do it now. Yeah, it's quite deep into the woods. Apparently this wooded area was built up or planted
to help with the soil erosion. Long time back. The mosquitoes are out in force. Very, very Swedish this is. There's a racket. You can smell the pine ants. There's a sort of slightly acidic smell in the air. But we're getting close, I think. He says. Is that something up front there? Yeah, there it is. You can see it through the woods there. Apparently when he came across it, he thought some people were erecting a carousel. And as he got closer, he saw someone was up on the roof. Someone had gone inside as well and came out and threw some objects on the ground. And apparently he was stopped by one of them. These figures, human-like figures that were in white tight suits, one pieces, and dark boots. And one of the person that stopped him put his hand up, and whether or not they spoke verbally, I don't know, but apparently they communicated that they'd had an accident somewhere. This is according to the book Murted i Glanten, which means meeting in the clearing. And they were going to bury two of their dead, but decided against it, thinking that they might give bacteria to Earth. And apparently they buried them on an asteroid because he continued to have, Gösta Karlsson continued to have various dreams where he felt that he was communicating still with the driver, to use his words. This is 1/8 scale. These are the outer rings. This ring on the outside was like a, let's say, a power cover or an invisible shield cover. And the inside was the actual size of the farkost, as it says. The back fin is represented here, that went out to the edges, and it had two strut legs which are here. And he couldn't believe it at first, so he left the area and went down to the beach area again and washed his face and that, and then came back and tried to come back. He thought he would come up behind it, but it started to take off after that. I will do a translation of this, but that's basically just saying that this is the UFO that was made in 1/8 scale, that you're not allowed to make copies of it and that sort of stuff, per Gösta Karlsson. And this was actually made in 1972, and it was Gösta Karlsson that did it. Gösta Karlsson ended up, through what he attributes his wealth and his fame to this meeting, because he said when he was having the dreams, he started to get information of ideas about investigating pollen, bee pollen, and using pollen for health purposes. And he started his company then, and got the nickname the Pollen King, because he made just apparently millions of crowns. He then invested into Rögle ice hockey team, which eventually went on to become the #1 team, from what I understand, in Sweden for a time. But yeah, you know, believe it or not, then that's obviously your own choice. But it's just a great little tale, and it's you know, it's just good fun, isn't it? Sometimes the story is all that's needed. I don't know if it's fallen apart, but it seems to have been repaired anyway. I know it's maintained by the local council and that. But yeah, what a story. And what a thing. And I think we can get it there, can't we? Yeah, in the background. So yeah, that's the little trip out to Ängelholm's UFO. I'll leave some links to pages that are like Wikipedia and that sort of stuff. And obviously the books and that about it are in Swedish. But there's quite a bit of interesting information out there about it. And if ever you get down there, it's worth a visit. So yeah, there was, what else? There was this here, UFO turbine straw. That's the turbine casting, as they said. So when it took off, that was the edge of the like the power circle. There is a photograph that was taken of an aerial mapping company making maps anyway in 1963, and apparently there are circles that can be found in the photograph, and I'll see if I can post that photograph. But anyway, this is when it actually happened, the 18th of May 1946. Apparently he didn't actually mention it until the early 70s, and he made his money, and it sort of came out in later life. Whether or not he felt embarrassed about talking about it, I don't know. But the person that did the book about him, Murthy Glanton, said that, and he met him several times over a long amount of years. I think it was like 15 or maybe even 18 years. Came to the final conclusion himself that most of it happened in his head, because his story changed several times. But by then, no, Gusta had got in contact with the, like back in the early 70s. He died in 2003. So of course he can't be contested about anything, but he did his own drawings and that sort of stuff. And the objects, I think there was a ring and like a quartz staff that were thrown out, that one of the beings threw out from the craft. He came back later the next day and picked them up. He was supposed to leave to the UFO museum, but apparently it didn't happen. So where they are, I don't know, but there are photographs of the objects. They were sent away for analysis. I don't think the ring was, but the crystal staff was, and it was benign, just, but, you know, it's more the story, isn't it, really? Can't remember what the secondary ring is, but you can do your own investigation, can't you? Yeah, so there we go. Exciting things in Ängelholm. Right, I think we'll leave it there. I'm going to make my way back. I've been turned around now. I'm going to get lost in the woods and get taken by aliens. Oh no. Catch you later, folks. Cheers.